Imagine being with someone for 5 years, planning your dream wedding, and then, out of nowhere, everything changes. Well, this is exactly what happened to Naveen, and it all started when his fiancée, Aisha, had a seemingly innocent brunch with one of her co-workers. I must warn you though, what happens in today's Reddit story may be a little triggering, so don't come at me. Naveen and Aisha were together for nearly 5 years, and they originally met in college. They're both Indian, but were born and raised in the US, and despite coming from different religious backgrounds and going through periods of long distance, they got engaged in December of 2023, and they plan to get married in December of 2024. Naveen and Aisha lived in different states because of his job, and Aisha was pursuing a doctorate nurse practitioner degree while working at a hospital. In mid-December of 2023, Naveen was at Aisha's place, and they'd invited her coworker, Leon, and his wife over. Even though Aisha and Leon had an amazing relationship, Naveen never felt like anything was off, and in fact, he liked Leon quite a bit, and it didn't hurt that Leon and his wife got them a Christmas gift. During Valentine's week, Naveen was with Aisha, and they were having a great time. However, while they were having fun, Naveen noticed that Aisha wouldn't stop messaging Leon. While I would have found this to be a bit sus, especially given how close they were, Naveen trusted Aisha, so he didn't think much of it, especially since she wasn't trying to hide the fact that she was texting him. Leon even recommended a movie for Naveen and Aisha to watch together, which I think they did end up seeing. Remember, Naveen and Aisha were long distance a lot of the time due to their career paths, and the following week, Aisha flew back to her residence. The day after she got back, she messaged Naveen, letting him know that she'd be grabbing lunch with Leon.
Weren't his senses going off even a little bit?
No, because he trusted Aisha. Like, completely. But that did change. You see, the week after Aisha and Leon had lunch together, she didn't text Naveen as much, and she was actually a little distant with him. He'd ask her what was going on, but she'd just say she was stressed out because of school and work. Whether he believed that, I don't know. But on February 28th of 2024, Naveen saw the truth for the first time.
I have to tell you something.
What is it?
I kissed Leon yesterday, and I think I'm in love with him. I never thought I could love more than one person at the same time, and to be honest, I think I was in love with him in a past life. When we had brunch, he told me how he felt, and I feel the same.
She just told him out of the blue like that?
Yeah, and as you can imagine, Naveen was devastated. But everything that happened since Aisha and Leon had lunch together was starting to make sense.
So, what happened? How did it happen? Tell me.
It happened last night, and it was very sudden. After me and you spoke on the phone, Leon texted me, saying that he wanted to talk in person about something. So we met at a bar. When I got there, we started talking about our friendship and how we felt. It's been pretty tough since then because we've both had to deal with the consequences of what we did.
So what? Did you sleep with him too?
No, the bathroom wasn't working at the bar, and Leon really had to go, so I invited him to mine. But we only kissed, I swear. It was hell after that though, because his wife was tracking his location, so we kinda got into it, and it didn't go down well when he said he was in love with me in front of her.
That's crazy. He said that in front of his wife?
Yeah, I guess Leon was pretty serious about Aisha. After this whole thing though, Aisha broke things off with Leon and told Naveen all about how much she loved him. This was a little too much for Naveen though, so he let Aisha know that he needed a few days, and during that time, he didn't text her much at all. To make things a little more complicated, Naveen and Aisha had a venue booked for their wedding, which was supposed to take place in December of 2024. Aisha also got herself a wedding dress, and she was supposed to pick it up from her parents. But seeing how things were going in her relationship, she wasn't in the mood and decided not to go. Aisha's family thought she was behaving strangely, so they decided to take a road trip and drove all the way to her place to find out what was going on. In the meantime, Naveen was still in the middle of processing what happened, and in the end, he thought his relationship with Aisha was salvageable, due to the fact that Aisha said she only kissed Leon and had completely broken things off with him. Naveen wanted to give their relationship another shot. If this was going to work though, they'd have to do couples counseling and put a pause on their wedding.
Babe, we need to put a pause on the wedding plans for now.
I agree, but honestly, I think we should call the whole thing off.
Why?
You know why.
You had sex with him, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Hearing this caused Naveen to fall to his knees, and his relationship with Aisha came to an end. They didn't completely cut ties with each other though, because Aisha wanted to be in limited contact with Naveen.
Why? She just broke up with him. What could they possibly have to talk about?
Usually, when this sort of thing happens, it's because the cheater's not entirely sure that things will work out with the new person. It's a way to keep the door open so they can reconcile if necessary. Naveen agreed to stay in touch with Aisha because he didn't want her to feel isolated, and since she'd cut off all contact with Leon, he was okay with maintaining some form of relationship. Naveen's parents visited him after he told them what happened, and while they were sad for him, they were also relieved because of their religious differences. Naveen was raised Christian and Aisha was Hindu. While spending some time with his friends, Naveen went back and forth about giving Aisha another chance. He was willing to reconcile with Aisha because she was remorseful and accountable and had completely cut off Leon. If Naveen and Aisha were going to fix their relationship, there were some things he needed from her beforehand, like having access to her phone, attending therapy, and setting proper boundaries. Naveen and Aisha set a time for them to talk about how they could work things out over the phone. 2 nights before his scheduled call with Aisha, Naveen told his parents about how he wanted to work things out with her.
Getting back together with Aisha would be a mistake.
I think we can work this out. She completely cut Leon off, and the only thing they did was kiss.
Cut him off? When? You do know that me and Aisha's mom talk sometimes?
So?
Well, she told me Leon was at Aisha's apartment when she went over there to have a chat with her.
Naveen couldn't believe what he heard. I mean, didn't Aisha say she'd stop talking to Leon? He sent Aisha a message later that night because he had to know the truth.
Is Leon living with you?
Why are you asking that?
Look, it's a simple yes or no question.
Well, his wife kicked him out, so rather than spending thousands of dollars on hotels, I said he could stay with me. When he first came, it was only to support me. But now, I guess he's living here.
It's a bad fucking idea to have this guy living at your place.
Why are you saying that? He just needs a place to stay for now.
He ruined our relationship.
But I ruined him and his wife.
I wanted to talk to you because I wanted to reconcile. But after you kept this hidden from me, I'm reconsidering.
Even if I did want to work on us, it wouldn't be like before.
It doesn't matter now, and don't bother calling me again if Leon's still going to be at your place.
Please don't say that.
Even though Naveen wanted closure from this whole thing, there was no way he'd believe anything Aisha told him moving forward. Aisha acknowledged that she messed up, but said things got out of hand because she was in love with Leon. Given everything that happened, Naveen felt terribly disrespected, and since they had that conversation, they haven't uttered a single word to each other. I don't know why, but I think Leon and Aisha were sleeping with each other long before she came forward. For Leon's wife to start tracking his phone, she must have sensed or seen something, and to then show up at the house means she was at the end of her rope. While long-distance relationships can enjoy success, they're doomed to fail when people don't set boundaries with others, especially coworkers. Coworkers are dangerous to people in relationships because you see and talk with them almost every day. If you're with someone who doesn't accept or recognize the potential risks of getting too close to people you work with, they're not a safe partner. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed today's video on coffee and popcorn, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.